A terrible Tuesday, your boss emails you at 4:47 p.m. with a project due tomorrow. You survive it, you push through, and on the way home, you open your phone, a pair of sneakers, a skincare set, a cozy blanket you definitely don't need, and you whisper the three most expensive words in your vocabulary: I deserve this. That phrase has cost you more money than any bill, any emergency, any single purchase you've ever made. And today, you're going to see exactly how much. Here's what makes this so tricky. You're not being irresponsible. You're not being reckless. You genuinely had a hard day, a hard week, maybe a hard year. And somewhere along the way, you learned that buying something is how you take care of yourself. Nobody sat you down and taught you that. You absorbed it. From commercials, from social media, from watching the women around you cope the same way. A bad day means a treat. A stressful month means a haul. A breakup means a whole new wardrobe. According to a 2023 Slick Deals survey, 72% of Americans have made a purchase purely based on emotion. And women report emotional spending 31% more often than men. This isn't a character flaw. This is a pattern that was marketed to you before you even had a credit card. The problem isn't that you want nice things. The problem is that wanting nice things has been weaponized against your future. Your brain has a chemical called dopamine. You've probably heard of it. It's the feel-good signal, the reward chemical. And here's what most people don't understand about dopamine. It doesn't spike when you enjoy something. It spikes when you anticipate it. That moment when you add something to your cart, that's the high. That moment when you type in your card number, that's the peak. By the time the package arrives 3 days later, the feeling is already fading. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that the pleasure from a purchase drops by about 50% within 48 hours, 2 days. That $60 candle that was going to change your whole mood, it sits on your shelf by Thursday. And what happens the next time you feel stressed? You go looking for that hit again. This is the cycle. Stress triggers discomfort. Discomfort triggers the urge to fix it fast. Shopping gives you a dopamine preview. You buy. The relief lasts 48 hours, maybe less. Then the stress returns. And now you have less money to deal with it. The real danger isn't one purchase, it's the loop. Because every time you complete the loop, your brain gets better at running it. Faster, more automatic. Until I deserve this isn't even a thought anymore. It's a reflex. Time to see the math. And this is the part that changes how you see everything. According to a 2024 Lending Tree study, the average American makes 12 impulse purchases per month. The average impulse purchase is about $15. That's $180 per month. But you know it's more than that. Because I deserve this spending isn't just impulse buys. It's the $45 DoorDash order after a long shift. It's the $30 subscription box you forgot to cancel. It's the $55 haul from the clearance section. That wasn't actually on clearance. Let's be conservative. Let's say your emotional reward spending totals $182 per month. That's $2,187 per year. Now watch what happens. In 1 year, $2,187 gone. In 3 years, $6,561 gone. In 5 years, that's $10,935 you spent on temporary relief. But it gets worse because that money didn't just disappear. It lost the chance to grow. If you had invested that same $182 per month into a simple index fund, earning an average of 7% per year, after 5 years, you'd have $13,000. After 10 years, $31,800. Not from a raise, not from a side hustle, not from some complicated strategy, just from redirecting the money you were already spending on 48 hours of relief. Let me say that again. $31,800 from $182 a month that you were spending on things you can't even remember buying. That's not a treat. That's a down payment. That's an emergency fund 3 times over. That's the beginning of freedom. And it was leaving your account, $15 at a time. This didn't happen by accident. There's an entire industry built around catching you at your lowest moment. Retailers call it emotional targeting, and they are very, very good at it. Ever notice how sale notifications hit your phone on Sunday evenings? That's not random. Sunday night is when anxiety about the coming week peaks. A 2022 study from the Journal of Consumer Psychology confirmed it. Brands know when you're most vulnerable, and they time their messages to match. Your social media feed is the same. The algorithm tracks what you engage with when you're stressed. Late night scrolling after a hard day? That feed is being curated in real time to show you things you're more likely to buy. The treat yourself message isn't coming from inside you, it's being placed there. Billion-dollar companies spend $240 billion per year on advertising in the US alone. A huge chunk of that budget targets women specifically, not because women are weaker, because research shows women are more likely to spend in response to emotional triggers. They studied you, they mapped your stress patterns, and they built a system that whispers you deserve this at the exact moment you're most likely to believe it. The system profits when you confuse spending with healing. Now here's the objection. And it's a fair one. You work hard, you're exhausted. You can't just never buy anything nice for yourself. And you're right, you shouldn't. Total deprivation doesn't work. It leads to binge spending. You cut everything out for 2 months, then blow $400 on a single weekend because you snapped. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that restrictive financial plans fail at the same rate as restrictive diets, about 80% of the time. So the answer isn't to stop treating yourself. The answer is to plan for it. Step 1, create what's called a joy fund. This is a separate account, or even just a category in your budget. With a fixed amount, you are free to spend every single month. No guilt. No justification needed. Start with $100 a month. That's $25 a week. Enough for a nice coffee and a candle. Enough to feel human. Step 2. Before any purchase outside the Joy Fund, wait 48 hours. Remember that number? That's how long the dopamine lasts. If you still want it in 48 hours, it might be real. If you forgot about it, your brain was just looking for medicine. Step 3. Redirect what you save. Take whatever you don't spend and set up an automatic transfer, even $50 a month into an index fund. You won't miss it, but in 5 years, you'll feel it. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is awareness. Because the moment you see the pattern loses its power over you. 2 women, same city, same job, both earning $50,000 a year, both dealing with stress. Both telling themselves they deserve nice things. Person A keeps the pattern. Every hard day triggers a purchase. $15 here, $45 there, $182 a month in emotional spending. She doesn't track it. She doesn't think about it. It just happens. Over 5 years, person A spends $10,935 on temporary relief. After 10 years, she spent $21,870. She has no emergency fund, no investments, and every time life gets hard, her only tool is her credit card. Person B starts different. She sets up a $100 joy fund. She gives herself permission to spend it. No guilt. The other $82 a month goes into an automatic investment. She uses the 48-hour rule. Some months she spends the whole joy fund. Some months she doesn't. She's not perfect. She's just aware. After 5 years, person B has $5,700 invested. After 10 years, $14,200. And she still has her joy fund. She still treats herself. But she also has a cushion. She has options. She has something person A never built, a foundation. Same paycheck, same stress, same city, different knowledge. That's the only difference. You do deserve something. That was never the lie. The lie was what you were told to reach for. You deserve safety, you deserve options, you deserve a future that isn't held together by your next paycheck. And now you know the pattern, you know the math, you know who profits when you don't. This is not your fault. Nobody taught you this, but starting today, you know. And knowing changes everything.